Hi everybody, it's Hannah. So my friend is moving. He had a computer he did not really know what to do with, so he gave it to me pretty much. And I figured I would open it up and see what's inside. If there's anything interesting, maybe I can use it to upgrade my son's computer. My computer just got an upgrade and I'm pretty happy with all my parts, except for my graphics card. I'm running a, GTX 980. It's pretty good, but it's outdated by now. Oh, this case is pretty nice. I do need a new case, but I'm not gonna use this one because I don't know where, there's no front panel here. It's got some nice fans in it, which I could use some more fans in mine, especially now I've got the Intel i7, I think it's a 9700 KF processor, and I like it, but it runs hot. So yeah, I need more cooling situation going on in my computer. Ooh, also his cable management looks pretty good. I mean, it's not the best, but it's a lot better than mine. So anyway, I'll probably take these fans for sure. I think I have to take off the other side as well. Opened up the other side. Oh, by the way, if you are working in a computer, I highly recommend using a anti-static wrist strap. I don't know where mine is right now, so I made sure that I'm grounded. I'm not working near any carpet or anything. Just be careful, guys. This is a big boy. We've got an optical drive in here. I could put in my son's because he doesn't have an optical drive, so that's maybe something that we'll do. Just unplug it. It should have two plugins, one for power, one for connecting it to the motherboard, and then it'll have a couple screws in it. So just grab a screwdriver. I think that these are the only screws right here. Every computer case is a little different. I do have my degree in computer science and software engineering, so So I know, a little bit about computers. I was a software engineer for a little bit after I graduated, and I still would be, but my son got diagnosed with cancer right after I started, so there's screws on this side as well. So, but anyway, that wasn't a very long job that I held, but I would really like to get back into it. I still like to program. I've done odd jobs here and there. I'm just not able to work full time now. Oh, and just so you know, my son's doing great. Doctors say things look good, so yeah, it gets kind of heavy when I bring up the fact that my son has cancer, but he's doing great. We gotta take this motherboard out. She's in the way. Some power hookups here, which obviously we want to disconnect, CPU power, all that. I should probably show you guys this part, how I am disconnecting. Ooh. Okay, this is for the fan. That's one power connection out. Here's the CPU power. It's got this little clip on it. If it has that, make sure you don't just yank it out. Press the clip. So this one has an 8-pin connector for the CPU. This is your USB 3.0 connector. It's a lot bigger than the 2.0. Here's your SATA drives, your hard drives, your solid state drives. Actually, I'll be honest, I don't know if it's pronounced SATA or SATA. Once again, this connector has a clip. So just make sure you... Oh my God, I just broke it. However, I think that was broke before. So... You guys see that? It broke off. But I barely touched it and it broke off. So obviously that was weak before. Oh gosh, this is the worst part of building a computer right here. These pins that connect to the front, unless you have a manual or you have labeled the pins, it can be true hell. They should be labeled on the cord, but see, this one says power LED positive. And these are your LED lights up here and your power button and your reset button. That's what all this connection is. However, the motherboard part that you actually stick it on, that's not labeled. So make sure you know where these parts go. Otherwise, you're gonna be doing trial and error forever. This is your RAM. I'll get to that in a minute. Here's your CPU fan. I'm actually really curious. I have no idea what kind of CPU he has. Boop. That's just another USB connector. That's a 2.0. They're a lot smaller than the 3.0. I'm gonna remove these. Is this a graphics card? What is this? It is. Okay, I got screws everywhere. I usually just make a pile or I'll put them in a bowl or something. Just make sure that you remember where your screws go. I have a pretty good idea because I've been inside many PCs quite a few times. But if you don't, just use like a separate bowl, maybe label them. I am a huge proponent of labeling things. Label, label, label. It will help you out so much. If you don't know what something is just by looking at it, put a label on it. This also has a clip here on this PCI Express slot, so just pop it out and it should just slide out. So this is this absolutely adorable little graphics card. I'm thinking that this came stock. That's fine. I was really hoping for something a little better though. This is not going to replace my son's 1050 Ti, let's just say that. This is just a network card. This PCI Express does not have a clip. So just pull it straight out. I'm just gonna set it down there because it has the, these are the antennas basically, and they're like glued to the case. So I'm not even gonna take those off. You have to kind of rely on your sense of touch sometimes when you can't use your eyeballs. You can't see up in there. It's small. So I've got everything, all the power cords and all the extra cords removed from the motherboard, so we're gonna pop it out. And there's quite a few screws on here, so just make sure you have all the screws before you go pulling it out. You do not want to pull on the motherboard and damage it. They're not like super breakable, but you're gonna feel really dumb if you break your motherboard. I'm also gonna get this fan out of the way. I should have got this fan off first. Okay, just pops out. Where's the power cord on that? Oh my, that's a lot of extensions here. This one was in the middle, and then there was one on the end. 1, 2, 3, 4 extensions on that one cord there. So then, for the motherboard to come out, I'll show you how to do it so you don't break anything. So you want to come in with it first, and then just pull it straight out. And the reason you want to come in with it is because this thing right here, all your little connectors on your motherboard, they kind of stick out here, so if you were to pull it straight out, you would probably damage this. This is your I/O shield. I'm just gonna pop this. Ooh! Didn't break that, but it did break part of my nail. So yeah, there's your little I/O shield. Cool, so we got the motherboard out. I'm gonna work on getting these other components out, and then we're gonna see what kind of processor we got here. It's a pretty basic optical drive, literally nothing fancy. I mean, we don't really use optical drives all that much anymore. I just happen to have one, so I put it in my computer just in case. Now I gotta work on getting both the hard drives in there. So this should be easy to pop out. This is where the hard drive is housed, 2 terabyte. I'll probably format this and stick it in my son's, because I think right now he's only got 1 terabyte. So this one's mounted to the whatever it is that you call this, screwed in here, so it's really easy removal. They're either on the bottom or on the sides. Very simply unscrew it. It's not rocket science, guys, it's computer science. So then that just comes right off. Just kind of apply a little pressure. It's just a Toshiba 2 terabyte. So we are working with a EVGA Supernova 650 GT. So it has 650 watts. Yeah, so to remove the power supply, there's 4 screws back here. I mean, if it's unplugged, you're fine, but make sure it's always off before you start doing anything. And it just pops out. You got all these cords connected to it though. So, look at that. Ooh, this one's nice because it has the removable cords. I like that. Am I ever gonna get these cords out? No, that's the question. So be careful with these. These are pretty durable. They're really thick braided cords, but don't put unnecessary force on them. Since this has the removable cords on the back, I'm literally just gonna remove these and pull them through the other way. I love that these have the removable cords. Mine does not. So I have the EVGA 750 gold. It has a million cords, but it's just, you know, you can't pick and choose what you want. I like that. I might swap them. My computer doesn't really need 750 watts, so a 650 watt power supply would be totally fine, and I think it would really help with cable management. Well, yeah, that about does it. So I got everything out of here, so I'm just gonna put this to the side. I'll take that other fan out later. Oh, hey, there's the... Okay, now, the motherboard. Let's see what parts are making this computer tick. This is your motherboard. This is your CPU fan. Your CPU is underneath the CPU fan. So I'm curious as to see what kind of RAM he's got going on here. This side's clips come off. You just want to pull it straight up. So we are working with Kingston, 8 gigs. Here's 4 gigs. This is indeed DDR3, 1866. That's the speed. PNY is the brand, yeah. Yep, so he had 16 gigs of DDR3 in here. I think this entire motherboard will fit in my son's computer, so I think that'll be okay. So now we're gonna move on to taking the fan off. I'm gonna use my smaller screwdriver just because it's thinner. And this is kind of a smaller space. There should be 4 screws on here, 1 in each corner. You just gotta be careful with this, you know? Ooh. Once again, pop it straight up. So yeah, you don't wanna see this. I bet you there's so much thermal paste on here, you guys. So this is not what you wanna see, but I mean, it happens. This is your heatsink. This is your CPU fan, and this is your CPU. Your CPU gets hot. It gets really, really hot, and it happens. Don't try to force this off. You'll probably just end up damaging it. You can usually get it off with some alcohol. I only have 50%. I would definitely recommend higher if you're working in a computer, but I mean, I'm working with what I have. Take your Q-tip, cotton swab, whatever you want to call them, dip it in your alcohol, and just kind of work your way around the edges here. Don't worry, rubbing alcohol is safe. So I'm gonna work at this for a while. I don't want to force it off, it will damage it. The most important component stuck. Some people really think, oh, you know, we need that thermal paste, we need it to cover everything. And it should be evenly distributed. You just need like a pea-size amount. Just put it right in the center. Do not use a lot of thermal paste. It just makes a mess. It can prevent heat from distributing evenly. I'm not gonna forcefully pull it off, but I am gonna try to encourage it a little bit. I mean, they're both gonna be worthless if I break them. I do not want that. I got it. Oh, goodness. And yeah, that's a lot of paste. That is a lot of paste. Guys and gals, you do not need that much paste. I'm gonna clean it off again with the Q-tip. You can see it's coming off pretty easily. Okay, so it is an AMD. There's even paste like on the sides and stuff. So this is what we're working with. I hope you guys can see that. I got it pretty much cleaned off. I'm also gonna clean off the heat sink. Oh, this is where the majority of the paste is. Oh my gosh, it's like mud. Are you serious right now? Look at all of that. I got like a cotton round. You know, there's a possibility maybe I'll just resell this stuff, and if I do, I want it to be in good shape. I don't want it to look like that. It's starting to kind of seep over the edges. Like, I'm getting it in the crevices now, in these little crevices, and I mean, you just don't want thermal paste everywhere. I'm probably gonna end up going in there with like a pin and just kind of picking all that stuff out. So that looks so much better. Okay. We got that pretty well cleaned up. I don't know anything about AMD chips, so we're gonna do a quick Google search. We got an FX 8310, I believe. 3.4 gigahertz, 8 core. Okay, you know what? This isn't a bad processor. I'm pretty sure it's faster than the one I've got in my son's computer right now. So yeah, that is what was in this computer. Turned out to be a lot rougher of a time than I thought it was gonna be. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.